You're going to see who going to knock off the evil Los Angeles Dodgers, who are the two-time defending champs. As a matter of fact, we are going to start with the National League. And people, this is a two-part episode. So right now you are tuned into the National League part. And stay tuned for our American League part, which features the up-and-coming Baltimore Orioles. We'll see where they're at. But as far as the National League, we already know the Dodgers. The rich get richer. They just won the World Series. And then they get one of the most coveted free agents in this year's class in Kyle Tucker. This team looks to be unstoppable, but crazier things have happened, right? And it is a few teams in the National League that are building their case to challenge the Dodgers. But who is that one that or two that you're looking at to really take the Dodgers out before they, reach the World Series once again? Chase, let me start with you. Who you think is that one team or two teams in the National League that can challenge the Dodgers?
Okay, so I'm gonna give two teams. The first team that I would say would be I think the Padres would be a challenger to the Dodgers. The Padres have a very complete roster. They have the pitching to do it, but the one thing that they have to do is just get over the hump. And then my other team that kind of stands out to me in the National League, I think the I think the Brewers are also a complete solid team in the National League that I could see giving the Dodgers some sort of competition out there.
What is it about the Brewers that they can push the Dodgers possibly in the playoffs en route to the World Series? Like, what do you like about their team going into the season?
I think the Brewers have a really good pitching staff. They get the job done in their own, but the lineup, I mean, 1 through 9, I think that lineup is very solid. Um, they're also managed by a really good manager over there. So, I mean, honestly, it's a combined of everything. The Brewers, to me, is also just a complete team like the Padres are. I just got to see them take the next level.
What's their pitcher name again? Is it how you pronounce his last name?
Oh, you talking
Well,
about Mizorowski?
yeah.
Yeah, Mizorowski. I thought it was Mizorowski, but I would just want to be sure, man. I remember I was seeing him going against Paul Skeens, and he was just lights out versus the Pirates, man. So I feel you on the Brewers part. Noah, what about you? Who is that team that can push the Dodgers out of the NL race?
I definitely got to mention the Padres in there. I mean, look at them. Their matches last year that they had. They had a lot of back and forth matchups that were just insanely tight and really well played on both ends. I think the Padres was one of those teams last year that I saw really gave the Dodgers the bigger run for their money out of most of the teams they played last year. So I'd probably say Padres because considering all the moves they made in the offseason. Um, I want to say the Phillies, but I don't think they have as much leeway this year now going into the season. I do think they're still a good team to go up against the Dodgers and give them a challenge, but not as much as the Padres, in my opinion.
Okay, that's 2 votes for the Padres, but let me ask you this, Noah. What is it about the Padres that's holding them back? Because I agree with both you guys, you and Chase, that the Padres have a great team, but it seems like it's something happens unfortunately to them that makes them fall short. So what is it about this team that's holding them back from that ultimate success?
Lights get a little too bright there playing against the Dodgers a lot of the time.
Right, like handling the pressure, I guess you could say, like compared to what Chase brought up with them not coming in clutch as much in the playoffs. I'd probably say that'd be the biggest reason holding them back, and just the team chemistry between them to be able to lock in and get that done.
I think the light's too bright for them just because once you hit to the postseason level of baseball, the pitching is better. So it's not like you're really seeing, the other team, the opposing teams, 4 and 5 guys as much. I mean, since it's a series, you're going to start seeing their aces and their number twos. And I'm not saying that the Padres lineup can't get to them. We just haven't seen it yet. So I think personally that's what holds them back. Just the fact that they're facing aces and twos and they just haven't gotten to them.
Yeah, I can totally see that being the reason. Mason, are you making it 3 for 3 for the Padres, or do you have another team in mind that can push the Dodgers out of the NL?
Unfortunately, I will not be making it 3 for 3. I have the Padres in my notes, but they're kind of like my third team. Padres have been suffering from like little brother syndrome with the Dodgers for forever. So my team that I think that can rival this Dodgers team, and it feels weird to say because they basically are coming in with an entirely different lineup. It's the New York Mets, which seems absurd to say based on what happened early in the offseason when you lose Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz. They traded Brandon Nimmo. They lost Tyler Rogers. Traded Jeff McNeil. You lost Brandon Sproat, who was their big one of their big pitching prospects. Gregory Soto was really good for them, even though he was awful on the Orioles. And then Ryan Helsley was kind of going to be another bullpen guy. But after all that, you go out and get Bo Bichette. You trade for Freddie Peralta and Luis Robert. You trade for Marcus Semien in the Brandon Nimmo move. You get Devin Williams and Jorge Polanco. And then you sign Luke Weaver, trade for Tobias Myers in the same deal with Freddie Peralta, and you get MJ Melendez to kind of be like a Swiss Army knife utility guy. The Mets have a really good rotation, led by Freddie Peralta. Nolan McLean's supposed to be the guy. We saw what he did in the WBC. I mean, he's going to be fine. I don't think he really even pitched that bad in the championship. A lot of people were blaming him. I don't know if it was really entirely his fault. Same with Clay Holmes. I mean, he's going to get the job done. You know what you're getting. David Peterson led the team in innings pitched last year and was still kind of their guy. And I mean, they have a good bullpen, which is, when they lost Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers, we were kind of thinking, what the hell is going on with the Mets? But they replaced everybody, and I think this team has a really deep lineup, and I think it gives them a really high ceiling. I mean, if this team doesn't click, it might be ball game. No pun intended. Like, it might be wraps for the Mets. But if this team gels really well together and can play to their potential, this team might win 110 games.
Absolutely. On paper, the Mets look dangerous. And according to them, a couple years ago, this was in their game plan to compete for World Series 2026, 2027, and a few years beyond that. But here's the fly ball right here, gentlemen. If anybody ready to catch it, you catch it. The Dodgers, we see them as a powerhouse. We see them as damn near unstoppable. But what is like the one hole in this team that can be exploited by teams that are ambitious like the Mets? And people are thinking the Braves are going to come back up. The Padres, who want to beat the Dodgers. What's the hole in this team that can be exploited?
I think their bullpen leaves a little bit more to be wished for, I guess, and that was kind of their Achilles heel last year. When things got really bad for the Dodgers, it was kind of just like, all right, get their starter out of the game, and then their bullpen's not going to be good. And we saw it in the playoffs too, even after they started getting going again. But I mean, we're having the same conversation we've had the last two off seasons, where it's like, okay, the Dodgers just signed everybody, and they're going to be this juggernaut team. But especially after just watching the WBC, we can tell that it's not about having the right team, and it's more about playing well as a unit and team chemistry more than anything. I think a lot of it playing against the Dodgers is going to be get the starters out of the game, and especially when a lot of their starters don't go particularly deep in games other than Yamamoto. I mean, Blake Snell, I think, has one complete game in his career, and it's a no-hitter.
I would say that's the weakest link too. I mean, if I remember correctly, I think honestly, in order for the Blue Jays to get the Dodgers to a Game 7 in that World Series last year, I mean, they knocked their starters out the game to even have a chance to win the game. So I mean, I 100% agree with that.
All right. Dodgers relievers, if y'all are watching this episode, y'all don't know this. Is there like a sneaky team in the NL this year that we have to watch out for that can be disruptors? I'm gonna allow one out there, and if y'all want to take it. If y'all see another team, go ahead. I'm gonna say the Cincinnati Reds, and I'm putting myself on mute. Noah, who is that one team? If it's not the because I don't know how y'all feel about it. No,
throwing out a division rival and then bouncing is one way to go about that.
Sure. I wish I could have said the Cardinals, man, but god damn it.
I'm gonna say the Giants. I think the Giants would be a sleeper team because they did pretty good at pitching last year. They got Jung-Hoo Lee. Yeah, I think they did a good job like hanging on to the like division, like staying afloat in the division, like compared to like how like tough it was last year. Um, I think if minimize the injuries and keep the chemistry that they have going, and Bob Melvin, I think is Bob Melvin still coaching there, but um, I think that really helped that squad having him in the clubhouse coach that team, and I think that could do even better considering the amount of moves they made this offseason.
I'm gonna go Atlanta. I'm gonna give it to the Braves. Will be my surprise team in the National League. Braves also have a really good core, just like Mason was saying, as a team. Like for baseball, it comes down to how you play as a team, right? So they got Chris Sale as their ace. I mean, he pitched amazing last year. Like I would have no complaints on the way he pitched for him last year. And I mean, just the core of like Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna, Austin Riley. I mean, they got solid players there to the point that they can make something happen. I've seen it before. Um, so I mean, that's why they'd be my sleeper team. They got the pieces to do it.
Hey, no Reds vote so far, so I'm probably not on to something here. But Mason, can you bail me out? Is the Reds a surprise team in the NL or?
Not really, especially after Hunter Green is going to be out until July. That kind of hurts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean their rotation's gross. But other than that, I don't know if there's really a whole lot there. My team is kind of like a super sleeper. I kind of picked mine with it's like this team might mess around and like make a wild card team because they were god awful last year and have been very bad as of recent, and that's the Miami Marlins.
There's no way
No.
you're being serious.
Dude, hear me out. Hear me out.
It's crazy. I knew he was gonna say that when he was teeing them up too. I'm like, he's gonna say Miami Marlins, but
like,
wow.
Don't get me wrong. If this team loses 10 games in a row, they might lose out the rest of the season. It's weird because you traded Edward Cabrera, who was kind of your ace, but you get Owen Casey back, who was an absolute stud, absolutely raked for Canada in the WBC. Pete Fairbanks is an elite closer, which we've seen that in the AL East. I've seen that man maul down the Orioles lineup in the ninth inning for years on end at this point. Christopher Morel is a solid third baseman. Esteury Ruiz is gonna, you know what you're getting, and Chris Paddock, this guy, his arm just doesn't fall off. This lineup is so young. Every single person in their starting lineup is under the age of 29. When the Orioles traded Kyle Stowers, he was kind of like a shoe-in prospect to kind of get Trevor Rogers over here. He is the oldest player on the team at 28. Xavier Edwards hits for contact. Jacob Marseille, he's fine. Kyle Stowers is an up-and-coming, probably going to be an all-star this year, sleeper MVP if you want to go there. Otto Lopez hits bombs. Owen Casey is a top prospect. Agustin Ramirez also hits bombs, and Connor Norby, if you are into that. We're getting 2023 Orioles vibes, where it's just kind of just like, we're just going to throw the new generation of players at this game and just see what happens. I don't think they're going to be, like a World Series contender or anything, but this team might fuck around and win 85 games. Like,
since I actually heard him out on it, I'm gonna be honest, since I heard him out on it, and obviously I'm an Orioles fan and I've seen the same 2023 team, I'll give it to him. It's a good point.
Spreading my wings.
It's a good point.
Miami does need something like that though, for real. It's been too long.
They
we were
do,
talking,
but I don't know.
We were talking about this on Stacey's on the Own Sports podcast, like about the Venezuelan population in Miami. If you get some fans to fill that stadium, come on, dude, sign some Venezuelan guys. Get Luis Ariz back. Why did you trade him? Come on, bring him back.
I'm going to omit Shohei Ohtani from this topic because, of course, we all gonna have him on our list. But who's that player that you think can capture the NL MVP in 2026? Noah, who you got for us?
Oh, when he's healthy, Ronald Acuna for sure. When he's playing, that dude's fucking electric. He's probably one of the most electric players I've seen in a while. He's so clutch. I mean, he's literally the backbone of the Braves, hitting for like as long as he's been playing in the league. The Braves need him back They've needed him back since he's been gone the whole last year. I'm so excited to see him play too. I think he's, besides Otani, obviously, he's amongst like one of the best in the league as far as overall players go. I mean, he's coming off a World Baseball Classic win too, so I think he's hungry for this year. I could see it.
When I was writing my notes, because Ronald Acuna Jr. was obviously on my board, the last two WBC winners, the U.S. in 2017, Giancarlo Stanton is on that team, wins MVP. 2023, Japan wins it. Otani wins MVP. We're picking up a pattern here. Venezuela wins. Ronald Acuna's coming in hot.
Hey, I was going to
But
ask.
he
No,
will
I
not
was
be
going to
mentioned.
ask you. No, I was going to ask you. Well, should his stat line be? But I think Mason just put it out there that it's Acuna's time again.
Yep.
It's Acuna's time. Don't matter. It don't matter.
Yep.
Good
He's
choice,
totally-
though. Good choice. Chase.
Thank you.
Yeah. Chase, who's your NL
I don't know if
MVP
you want
candidate?
to. I don't know if you want to skip over me here because I was honestly going to say the same thing. Ronald Acuna would be mine, and I mean Noah already took
Oh, that's all right.
all the explanations to it. I mean, the dude is the backbone of the team. That's why I picked Atlanta as my sleeper team because they have that core. But Acuna is a superstar, very talented player, holds that team together, and based off of being injured last year, he's going to be hungry. He's going to want to come out here and do him again like he did before he was getting injured. If I had to switch this up, because I hate keeping the same answers, give me Kyle Schwarber from Phillies.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
All
Full-time DH.
Oh man.
Winning it. Like, he's got to hit like 75
80 home runs.
I trust him, bro. That guy's bad is crazy. I was bummed out, obviously, with them with USA and the games, that mattered. I think the last two games, the semifinals and the finals, I mean, he was like nowhere to be found. But, the World Baseball Classic it's their preseason. Not everybody's into, full season mode. So I'm not going to say too much. I mean, Judge did bad, and we all know Judge is not going to do bad during the season. So just let him get into full season mode. But I'll say Schwarber.
All right. Nice left field answer right there. Who's your number one, Mason? I'm curious now. If it ain't Acuna, if it ain't Tucker.
So I'm gonna go back to the well here. There was a guy last year who almost went 40-40, and has a little bit more line of protection around him. Real underground ball knower guy, but goes by the name of Juan Soto. Last year, 152 hits, 43 homers, 20 doubles, 105 RBIs, 38 stolen bases, led the National League and was also his career high, and 127 walks, which he leads the league every year in walks. That guy's eye is ridiculous. Slash 263, 396, 525 slug for a 921 OPS, which is 160 OPS plus if you're into that. Quietest 6.2 WAR season I've ever seen. Has a lot of lineup protection around him now. Not that he didn't with Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor and stuff like that, but their lineup is a lot deeper than it was last year. That's for damn sure. I think if he goes 40-40, and Juan Soto started the year slow last year and almost got it done at the end of the year. Like a lot of people were saying he should have won MVP, and that was after a slow April and May. If Juan Soto can string a full season together, I don't want to say he can go 50-50, but I don't know. I mean, he can definitely he's got a 50 homer season in his bat. That's for sure. And he's still 26.
Yeah, he's forever 26. He's been 26 the last 3 years. But
For real.
but no, that's a great choice though. Like that's the great choice to have. To save face for myself, I'm gonna just throw out Ellie De La Cruz. Just to save face for myself.
Another red? Are you even a Cardinals fan? What's going on here?
For real.
I'm just trying to be correct about something that's surprising. That's not a popular opinion.
Ellie's another one of those guys where if he can just get it right, because he strikes out so much and makes a lot of errors, which isn't always his fault because Ellie's range is so crazy. Like, he can get to a lot of balls, but he just doesn't. The decision making to just eat it once in a while and not throw it 140,000 miles an hour at the first baseman every time. Like, some of his plays that he makes, it's like diving stop to the right, and then he throws it into the stands. It's just like, you got to learn to eat it once in a while. But
Yeah.
if Ellie can get the strikeout number down, because I mean, obviously he's going to steal a bunch of bases and hit a bunch of home runs. If Ellie's like a super, like, I don't want to say it feels rude to call it a dark horse pick, but if he's right, he can be an absolutely lethal player.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I feel the same way. Like, dude, he reminds me exactly like O'Neal. Like, if he could just get the get it down to the basics down, like he could be so much better than he is. Like, he makes all the errors, strikes out a shit ton. It's like, yeah, I get that.
It was
Noah, you got Paul Skeens out there. That's the only thing that you got in Pirate Land over there. Do you think he goes back to back for the Cy Young, or do you have another name for this year?
Let's say he goes back to back, bro. I mean, I think the only other person I think that could like give him a run for his money if he's healthy this whole year is Spencer Strider. I think that's another name that could kind of go up with him, kind of get in that race if he owns up to it, stays healthy, because last year he had Tommy John.
the only person that could rival Paul Skeens. Like,
I didn't say the only one. Did I say the only one?
that is what you said.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say the
And
only
I mean,
one.
I don't know, man. Coming off two surgeries, he's missed a lot of time. His velocity's way down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Spencer Strider, but he's taking a massive step back. If he can get right again, I mean, he's nasty. But I don't know about the only person. I don't even know if
Yeah.
he's the best pitcher in his rotation right now. He might not even be the third best pitcher in his rotation right now.
If I'm giving somebody that a random name outside, I think personally this question should have been outside of Skeens and Scooble, but so I'm gonna give you the other option. If I had to give somebody to take it from Skeens, I'm gonna go with Chris Sale. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna say Chris Sale would be my pick. I have no complaints on the way he pitched last year for Atlanta. So
He's a little
if anyone's
old,
gonna give
that's
him,
all I
he's
can,
old, but bro, he's got his stuff, bro.
Still got it.
He does. Spencer Strider, that's a great answer though, Noah. That's a great answer. If he's healthy, bro, he is filthy. So that is a good answer.
All right, we got Skeens. We got Chris Sale in the rotation. Mason, what you got for a Cy Young candidate outside of Paul Skeens? I thank you, Chase, for that edit right there. Outside of Paul Skeens, who you think should be in the Cy Young race?
So, yeah, I mean, I do think Paul Skeens is going to go back to back. It's definitely his to lose, at least. Last year, we had a guy that put up maybe one of the best seasons that I've ever seen that I don't even think he got a Cy Young, or no, he definitely got a vote, but I don't know if it was a first place vote. That was Christopher Sanchez on the Philadelphia Phillies. 13-5, 2.5 ERA last year, 212 strikeouts, 2.5 FIP, if you know what I'm talking about. Just over a 1 walks and hits per innings pitched, 9.4 K per 9 over 200 innings. He's the runner-up in Cy Young last year. I don't remember the exact voting. 8.0 WAR, led all pitchers across the entire league, led all players in the National League, and was second only to Aaron Judge. So if you think WAR is a real stat, then Christopher Sanchez is definitely going to be your guy. He kind of got lit up a little bit in the WBC, and in his like one spring training start he's made, but as long as he can stay healthy, this guy is filthy. I mean, he throws gas, disgusting changeup, great slider. He doesn't walk guys, strikes out a lot of people. Kind of hard to give up runs when you don't put people on base and also don't give up hits.
To round off the NL National League portion of this 2-part episode, we got to get our division winner predictions. Maybe we probably going to skip over the NL West because I think we're all in the general consensus, so we want to win that one. Unless anybody got any objections to it. Noah, who you think is going to win the NL East this year?
I thought about this one. It's not the Mets. You know that from me. I'm gonna say the Braves. I think this is a good year that they're gonna come back. I think that this is the year that they're hungry. for more. Last year was just a total. I think last year was just a fluke season for them. Considering what they had to work with. I think Braves got it, man. It's not going to be an easy one. I think it's going to be really close. If anything, probably between like a few games at the very end. But I could see the Braves coming out on top, barely edging over the Mets.
What about the NL Central? Who you got for that?
Brewers. Yeah. I mean, they're just so good. Yeah. There's some other like good teams in that division that are kind of slowly coming up. Like Cubs are a decent team too, but I think Brewers are just the more complete team in that division. They're also the biggest powerhouse as far as hitting and pitching goes. I think that got that to their advantage. That should be the Brewers there.
All right, we got the Braves, Brewers, and Dodgers. All right, Chase, who are your division winners in the NL in all the divisions?
Okay, I'm gonna take Philadelphia to come out on top. I'm gonna take Chicago to come out, even though I was hyping up the Brewers, but I'm gonna take Chicago to win the division. I think I do think the Brewers are more of a complete team, but I think the Cubs are just younger and more hungry and want to prove that, they can stick with the big dogs. And then obviously the Dodgers.
All right. Phillies, Cubs, Dodgers. I like it. Mason, who you got for us NL division winners?
I mean, Dodgers. Yeah. Next. I do think the Mets are going to get the job done in the NL East. Braves got some weird stigma going on. The Phillies are rolling out the same lineup they have for the last 10 years, it seems like. I think the Mets are going to get the job done. And I'm glad somebody else is on the train or is on the Cubs train. Maybe this is a hot take. I'm low-key out on the Brewers this year. I mean, I know they just won the most games in the NL, but I mean, they kind of sold everybody. Freddie Peralta was your ace, and you sold him to the Mets and Tobias Myers in that same trade. Isaac Collins was a up-and-coming guy, and then they got rid of him. I mean, Bryce Durang's good. I don't know if you can lean on Andrew Vaughn to repeat again. Sal Frelick is Sal Frelick. I mean, their lineup is good. It's not fantastic, which is kind of scary to go along with the rotation, especially after trading Freddie Peralta. I mean, Jacob Mizorowski's that guy. But I mean, you're kind of leaning a lot on Brandon Woodruff, who's been hurt the last 4 years, and Quinn Priester's already hurt. So, and there's just not a lot of depth for the Brewers.
Great choices, guys. Great choices. This wraps up the National League portion of our 2026 MLB season preview. Please stay tuned for the American League, which features the Yankees and bases loaded favorite team, the Baltimore Orioles. So stay tuned for that right here on YouTube, Bases Loaded.